live streaming, and then I'm like, fixing my eyeglasses and things like that. All right, I think we're broadcasting. We'll let that go. Great. Let's see. All right, we'll wait 10 or 15 more seconds. I will unpause in a second. Well, I'm eagerly waiting the 2 seconds to it's officially 7 o'clock. um, okay. Great. Okay, so I'll start recording, and then there we go. And I'll share my screen. So welcome everybody. It's Friday night here on the East Coast of the United States of America, well, whatever. We don't need to talk about America. But it might be Saturday morning where you are. It might be Friday afternoon where you are. It might be late Friday night where you are. Anyway, we're happy you're here. It's what we call Friday Night Comics. We believe in comics workshop at the Sequential Artists Workshop. We do this every Friday night. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We have lots of online courses and things like that. You can find us at learn.sawcomics.org. We're going to be announcing a bunch of new ones next week, but we don't have them here right now. But next week, in this Friday night slot, we have Brina Nunez, who's doing migration stories with us. So we'll tell you about Seesaw Comics, which is where a bunch of SAW students and SAW faculty are sharing some comics at it's at seesawcomics.org. You can see it right there. There's a mixture of diary comics and fictional comics and all sorts of great things. And we want you to go check that out. SAW, being a nonprofit, thrives on tuitions and donations, especially donations to this workshop or anything else. We really appreciate it. It helps pay the artist. It helps keep these workshops free. So thank you. If you supported this workshop with a donation, we appreciate it. You can also go to PayPal, Patreon, and a bunch of other ways, including SAW Sustaining Member, which is a monthly draw, which you can do from our learn.sawcomics webpage. So let's get started. Please no inappropriate speech or imagery, no trolling or hate speech. Please keep it PG-13. Please share tonight what you do on with the hashtag @FridayNightComics. And we are at Comics Workshop, and I'll put Ashley's hashtag in the chat as well. You can also go to members.sawcomics.org, where we have 1,000 people or so sharing stuff, and you can join the conversation, the sharing there. So enjoy. Oh my God, we have ghosts tonight. I'm really excited. Thank you, Ashley. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop sharing. There we go. Ghosts.
Okay.
Welcome. I'm going to spotlight you, so get ready. Now you're big on everybody's screen. But welcome, and thank you for coming here. And like I said, I'll just gently drop down into the chat and let you lead, but I'm really eager to see what kind of ghosts you stir up tonight.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Tom, and thank you for having me. So my name's Ashley Jablonski. I use they, she pronouns. And just a little bit about me before we get into an evening with ghosts, which is going to be our workshop tonight. I'm really excited. I love ghosts. I love spooky, supernatural, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to share my screen. I just have to, there we go, figure out how to do that. And here we go. And I'll start it from the beginning.
Oh, cool.
And can everyone see it?
I think so.
Okay, awesome. I just have to move a couple of things for me to be able to see my screen now. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So an evening with ghosts, and what is perfect to spend a cold, at least where I'm coming from Vermont, a cold winter evening drawing ghosts inside. And oops, that was too fast. Okay, so you can find me at ashleyjablonski.com. Otherwise, my Instagram is ashleyjablonskiart. And this is a screen print that I did. Boo means I love you and ghost. And I like to draw lots of like funny, cute, kind of like very soft ghosts, not like spooky, frightful ones. And so I primarily do diary comics, and I also do graphic memoir. And this is a little bit from my thesis. I graduated a couple years ago from the Center for Cartoon Studies in White River Junction, Vermont, and I decided to hang out after the fact and just stay in Vermont. But I'm originally I moved from Wisconsin. And then this is just a cover of one of the comics that I did. I like to do a lot of comics about my dreams as well. And this was kind of like a spooky dream of like being in a cabin and like someone kind of coming out of nowhere. And I won't give away the ending, and then I did a comic called Burn. And then I also have done a comic called Rituals, which is about my artistic practice. And I like to light a candle when I work, and also ambient music. I like to listen to a lot of like soundtracks and stuff when I work. So, and then to get us in the mood for ghosts, I I really love this comic Pumpkinheads, and it's written, I think, by Rainbow Rowell and then Faith Erin Hicks. So it just really reminded me of when I was little. I loved pumpkin patches, and it is an accurate description of the Omaha pumpkin patch because I was born in Nebraska. So this is where we would go every Halloween, and pumpkin heads. And then Lights by Brenna Thumler. The first one is Sheets, but I really like Brenna's rendition of Ghosts, and they're very like cute and friendly. And then I also really like Hokusai, and this is one of my favorite ghosts from that. So that's a Japanese wood block. All right, and I'm gonna stop sharing real quick. There we go. All right. So then a little bit about the workshop. It's going to be an evening with ghosts. So instead of spooky ghosts, we're going to be drawing we're going to be thinking of descriptive words for ghosts that are not like frightful or scary. So to take you through, we're going to write a list of descriptive words, and then we're going to pick a word from that. And then we'll go from there. We're going to do like a 4-page panel comic, and then there will be some sharing at the end as well. I don't want to give the secret away, though, of what we're going to be turning the ghost into until after we have descriptive words. So I will give us about, I think, maybe like 2-3 minutes to think of descriptive words. And I kind of have already started a list, and a couple of my words for like ghosts I have thought up are shy, preoccupied, flighty, and a ghost that has frightened themselves.
So take 2 or 3 minutes, write up some ideas about, or some descriptive words about ghosts. And it could be anything. If we find ghosts scary, we could write scary, but if we find them soft and cuddly, we could put soft and cuddly. If we find them oozing, we could put, we could put anything. Okay, cool.
Yes.
People are putting in the chat. We like when people put in the chat too. And cool. Okay, so let's do that. Put that in the chat. Preoccupied. Somebody put lost. Nice. Wispy. Forgetful. Oh, the chat is really filling up with really good words.
I love that.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, look at this. Now it keeps going. Searching. Lonely, elusive, mysterious, cute, mischievous, messenger. Growing fast, somebody writes. Helpful, curious, frustrated. Another messenger. Stubborn, have boundary issues. Somebody wrote. Tiny, whispery, forlorn, nostalgic. So if you don't have a good list on your own, you certainly can borrow some from the chat.
For sure. And I'll give us about 1 more minute.
Okay. Mhm.
I like everyone's descriptions.
Industrious, confounding, thoughtful, busy, transactional, comedic, drifter, lingering, loitering. Yeah.
All right. So I hope I gave everyone enough time. It looks like we have a really great list in the chat. So
Oh my,
um, here is my kind of surprise or whatever of what we're gonna do. So instead of a ghost being like a person, we're gonna actually make ghosts out of inanimate objects. And so I want you to pick one of those kind of descriptive words and then think about an inanimate object to pair it with. What I thought about is I'm probably going to do a comic about a shy ghost toothbrush. So, so I'll give you also just like a little bit of time to think of an object. So we'll have maybe about 2 more minutes.
okay. So about 2 minutes to make a pairing like
Mm-hmm.
that.
And if you want to, you can also put ideas of objects in the chat too.
Okay.
I really like the list so far.
Helpful mug, a lost sock, a wistful dress, an invisible smoke door, a lonely air mattress. Carol's is very detailed. A vintage cake plate, unmicrowavable and not dishwasher safe.
All right, so I think that's enough time. And these lists are great. So we're going to do a 4-panel comic. And I'm just going to draw 4 panels quick. So you can kind of do panels any way you want. I'm going to just do it pretty easy and just make a box with rectangles inside. And then what I want everyone to do is pick a descriptive word, and then I want you to pick the object that you came up with. And we're going to be just making a 4-page panel comic about the inanimate object. And some questions that I had thought about when doing this and thinking of it is like some things you could just make it silly of like this inanimate object haunting the person, like a toothbrush, like a shy toothbrush, and someone is using this toothbrush and the ghost is like way too shy and is like, please don't, please don't. That's what I thought about. Otherwise, another question could be, why is that object haunted? How did it get that way? So it can really be anything, but those are the kind of questions that I was thinking about. And then I want us to spend about 4 to 5 minutes on each panel. And you can go straight to pencil, or you can go straight to ink. You can start with pencil. You can use color, whatever you would like to do.
Cool. So I wrote down some of those questions. Why is the object haunted? How did it get this way? I wrote what was it before, but also you could have it interacting with a person or with its particular traits. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, what's the difference between the ghost of an inanimate object and the rest of the question versus that object just coming to life? That's a very good question. I don't know if I have an answer for that.
Explore that in your comment.
Yeah, definitely.
It should have to come to life first to become a ghost. Oh, so does it have to die to become a ghost? So said toothbrush might live, like Frosty the Snowman or something, and then die and then exist in a haunted form. I don't know. But it seems like that would be a good story.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the types of questions we need to ask ourselves.
So it's 18 minutes after. Should we start a 4 to 5 minute clock on each panel?
Yes. So let's start with the first panel, and we will do the 4 to 5 minutes for the first one.
Great.
And if anyone has any questions, just put them in the chat and I'll try to answer.
A ghost would have to its experiences first before taking over the inanimate object. So maybe it explores what it's like to have a new body. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Ghosts are like hermit crabs, always on the lookout for new homes. Cool. Okay.
So Tom actually gave me this idea, which is, well, I mean, the idea of doing a workshop with ghosts. And in New England, there has been like a kind of old tradition of telling ghost stories during like the winter, because it was supposed to like, kind of like warm you up and in that kind of a way, I guess. Which I wasn't familiar with until moving to New England. So, yeah.
Did you move from Nebraska to New England?
So I was born in Nebraska, but I moved, my dad was in the military, so we kind of moved a couple of places. We wound up in Wisconsin, and then I moved from Wisconsin to Vermont for the cartoon school.
Wow. Let's help out Jennifer.
Yeah. Um, Ghost culture, feeling pretty lost. Um, so Jennifer, that's definitely okay to feel lost. And I guess like, I mean, ghosts are kind of like they're beings that, yes, were once alive. Um, and oh gosh, what's a good description of a ghost? Um,
Well,
they kind of,
they don't really belong to the land of the living, right?
yeah, they're kind of in this in between. And sometimes people can see them, sometimes people can't see them. It kind of depends. Yes, unfinished business is really good. Um, they kind of like some of them, yeah, like they like stay, um, yes, because of unfinished business. Um, hmm. Sometimes they are kind of lost, I would say too. Um, and sometimes people from the living end up helping them out to like bring their spirit to rest. Yeah, ghosts can also be symbolism as well.
Hmm.
I hope that, okay, so another function.
A forgetful refrigerator, sure.
So, hmm, there, I guess, like a couple of different ways that I mean, you could go about this any number of ways, but maybe refrigerator is forgetful. So, um, it could play into kind of like making the objects come to life in a sense of um, what does the refrigerator like forget to do? Does it forget to like keep the food cold? You could write a story about that. Uh, does it kind of yeah, and then like someone, like opens the fridge and is like, how come it's warm? Yeah, the plum sauce that never seems to disappear. Um, maybe the refrigerator could forget that it doesn't need to eat anymore. So some of the food goes missing because it's like eating the people's food. So there are lots of ways.
You want to have it be kind of bulky and yet have to move around a
Yeah.
lot. That can be fun too. A bulky ghost, we think of them in these cartoon ways. They're wispy, they float. I like the idea that it's bulky and
Hmm.
large and it's a pretty fun idea. So we should be on panel 2, right?
Yes. So let's go to panel 2 now. It's funny, so my refrigerator isn't forgetful, but it was actually very loud for the longest time. And it would just keep making these noises that sounded like my friend came over once and was like, it sounds like a lawnmower or a motorcycle. Like I can't decide which. Um, so I had to tell my landlord about it, and he ended up getting me a new fridge, which was really nice. But that fridge is long forgotten, actually, the old one. So, but it was really sweet because like my the maintenance person, he took off all of the fridge magnets and put them on the new fridge, and he actually tried to put them exactly where they were before. So it was really sweet.
That's a forgetful story right there. Like maybe that's a fridge magnet, a fridge who that wants to create an old experience for the new people, or it's trying to arrange its magnets and it's the things on it to remind itself of a previous life, maybe, or previous owners, but it can't figure out, it can't remember the sort of secret code of all the all the magnets and pizza menus and things like that. It's a really interesting story.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, so everybody's on panel 2. Jennifer's got it. I'm going to go with a fridge having family
Awesome.
with its contents. I think this idea of forgetfulness is going to seep into my comic too, now that I'm starting to work on it. Yeah, it's just as it's bad to be on 4. No, it's okay.
No, that's totally okay. You can go whatever speed you want. I'm still kind of on panel 1, so that's where I am.
I like these Friday night comics because if you don't try and make a good comic, sometimes you do anyway. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to push forward and make a panel every 4 minutes, and it's turning out to be kind of weird and interesting. Anyway,
That's awesome.
well, we'll see. Yeah. All right. So by my clock, we're one more minute on panel 2. Does that seem right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So then we should be starting to head on to panel 3.
Um, I'll summarize for Jamie. Oh, you can too if you like, but I'll copy and paste what we already wrote.
Okay, thank you. Um,
Find it.
so we're doing we found out, like, we picked a descriptive word, and then we paired a word with an inanimate object, and we're making a 4-panel comic, um, like just a story about this kind of ghost inanimate object. So it's an evening with ghosts, and I wanted everyone to find a descriptive word to describe ghost. But then Yes, it is an inanimate object, um, instead of what we think of as ghost being a person.
I think I got it.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome.
Sure. Panel 3, Jamie.
Yes.
Mm. All right. I'm doing a story about a medical mannequin, one of those mannequins where you can take out the organs and things like that. But I still don't know what it's about.
Whoa. What was your descriptive word?
Well, I just wrote lost, but then after we started talking about forgetful, I actually
Mm-hmm.
panel 2 wound up having the ghost or the medical mannequin telling the medical students that they've all forgotten about the mannequin. So now he's lifting up his I guess I can share it, but so he's lifting up his sheet because he's a ghost with a sheet. And maybe I can I'm going to turn off my background. So and so maybe people can help me with the fourth panel. So that's panel 1. That's just him.
Ooh.
That's at the school. That's at the medical school or the hospital. Panel 2, he says, "Hey, you doctors, you've all forgotten me." And now panel 3 is like showing what he looks like inside. So there's his lungs and his heart and his stomach and stuff like that. But now I've got to finish panel 3 and make something for panel 4, and I have no idea. So I'm willing to steal
Ooh.
people's ideas if they put them in the chat. Um, let's think. Otherwise, I'm just gonna.
That's awesome.
But like, is it about how have they forgotten their training, or is it more like they've forgotten the feel of these like plastic, organs, and because they've graduated to real organs? I don't know. I gotta work this out. So in some ways, he's not lost. He's lonely. He's he's underutilized. So new descriptive words are coming. Megan says he wants cake. They've forgotten why they want to be doctors. Yeah, that's something like that.
Ooh. So we're on the last we should be working towards the last panel now.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Kind of lost track of time myself.
No, I think we're doing great. So on to panel 4. Oops. Remember my removable training organs? I guess that's what you call them. I don't know what you call them. They look like removable trauma organs. That's kind of weird. Oh, Megan, those are the best endings.
I'm excited to, if you want to share later, to see what you did.
Do doctors still wear those mirrors on their heads? Or like, and what was that? Are those days over? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I That's a very good question.
Well, these are. They use headlamps now, Sarah says. Oh. Oh, so the mirror, oh, right. The mirrors were more about lighting. That makes sense. Headlamps. Yeah. Oh, well, these are 80s doctors. All right, this is a very bizarre little 4 panels for particular surgeries. All right. Weird little headset binoculars to magnify. How cool is that? All right, so one last time, I'll just put the instructions, even though we're basically finished. I'll put the
Mm-hmm.
in the chat. There we go. Oh, Mishka just commented that since you're spotlighted, when I was showing my thing, really nobody was really seeing it, but I guess I can show when we share later. It's fine.
Okay.
Um, I always forget the little logistics of Zoom. But Mishka, I'm glad you could join us on real Zoom now. Hopefully you're keeping that iPad stylus working real fast.
So yeah, it is pretty much time.
I can share mine, and it'd be great to see other people's.
Yeah.
I'll
Did you
I'll
want
I'll encourage, well, I'll encourage people to raise their hand if they're ready, and I can do spotlighting. Oh, great! People are starting to raise hands already. And I can do spotlighting, and we can take a look. I don't, since people are raising their hands already, I don't need to go, but so we'll start with Yisha and then Jules and then Walter, and then people are lining up. So that's great. Okay, we'll start with
We
yeah. Yep, there we go. Hang on a second. There we go. Hi.
hello?
wait, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just saying we want to see yours, Tom.
Okay, I'll share at the end.
Okay. So this isn't super creative. Okay. So I just went with the first thing I thought of, which was a wistful dress. So here a human is at a store, and both of these dresses, I guess, are ghosts. And the little black dress is saying, "Pick me," and is super confident. And the yellow dress is saying, "Why bother trying? She's never gonna pick me anyway." And I tried to paint it, and my pen ran. And then the human is trying to choose between the two dresses. I need a new dress. I do? I don't think so, but the little black dress seems to be calling me, seems to be drawing me in. And then on the way home, the yellow dress is hanging in the car. And well, that black dress was snazzy and cute, but the light one seemed to be the right choice for today. And then the yellow dress is thinking, "Oh my gosh." And 2 weeks later at a friend's wedding, this guy asks this person to dance. And she's like, "I don't think that he really means, that doesn't mean he likes me or anything. He's just asking me to be nice." And the little yellow dress says, "Sigh." So basically, I guess the ghost aspect of it is that now the dress is haunting the human, and the human is starting to take on characteristics of the dress.
Whoa.
That's a really interesting take on it. Yeah. And you did that in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You were super early, you were super fast, right?
And also very not neat. But yeah, thank you.
I really love that. I love the colors too.
Thanks.
Thanks, Isha.
Yeah.
We'll go to next. Here we go.
Hi there. Okay.
Oh,
So I did the here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. My ghost was a haunted mattress. So let's see if I can actually focus at all on this. Oh yeah, so for this, I thought of the mattress as like it was like a lonely mattress. Kind of like it had sort of like an unhealthy relationship with its owner. So in the first panel, it's like got a poor college student like sleeping on it on the floor. And it's like as soon as he finds a better option, and the next panel, it's like the same guy but in graduate school with a girlfriend. It's like he'll throw me away. And then the mattress is being thrown away because the dude has moved on in his life and has enough money to get a better mattress. And the mattress is thinking like, what would existing for my own comfort even look like? Who am I now that I'm not useful? And then the mattress has been taken to a recycling center and it's sleeping. So yeah,
wow.
it's actually getting a nap.
I love that.
Thanks.
I love that. It's a yeah. When do mattresses get to sleep? Very, very. Oh, and these objects who need to feel useful. I think that's that resonates a lot with me. Thanks, Joel. We'll go to Walter next.
So I think I had a lost radio. So we'll do it panel by panel. The radio remembers being useful playing ball games for fans. But things started to change and the radio was forgotten. No one wanted to hear ball games anymore. But every once in a while, radio feels like someone hears.
Mm.
And there's my little
Wow. I love the expressions on the radio.
I think it was inspired. I found a resource on the internet for ball games from the 30s on radio, and I listen to them as I'm working.
That's amazing. I love that radio ghost image. I hope you post that. It's a super cool image.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Sarah next.
Hello. So I did loyal vegetable ghosts. Can I hold this up so I can read it? Yes. So we have a cabbage and a bunch of spinach, and the cabbage says, "What do you think Miss is gonna make out of us?" And spinach says, "Maybe curry, stew, delicious soup." Then the cabbage replies, "I think those are all kind of stale. It'll definitely be an exciting new recipe this time." And then the carrot says, "I can't stand optimists."
Oh my gosh.
Those are polite, what's the polite word? The vegetables that have passed on from this world at the bottom.
That's great.
Sarah, what was that? Loyal what vegetables?
Just loyal vegetables. Loyal vegetable ghosts.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. We'll go to Nancy next. Let's see if she's ready. And then we'll go to Megan, Michaela, Chris.
Okay. Okay, I have a haunted bottle of wine, and it's also kind of haunting this glass, I guess. So when you pour the wine, everything appears good. I didn't finish inking this, but and then as she's trying to drink it, the glass turns to being empty and the bottle is full again.
Whoa.
It's magic too, right? So it's
Right, must be magic.
wow, this is cool. Thanks, Nancy.
Yeah, everyone's so creative.
We'll go to Megan next. And I think Megan, was it Megan who said, "I have no idea what this ending means"? So now we can...
Yeah, so my idea was sort of a lonely notebook or diary. I didn't ink it, so it says, the first panel says, "Hi." The human says, "What?" "I am all your unfinished stories given life." "Okay, but I'm busy." I'm sure I'm not the only person who has had that reaction. Can you see the faces okay?
Yeah. Yeah, when you get closer, it's
Okay.
sort of box-looking journal. Yeah.
"Okay, I will leave, never to return." Human K. And then the journal at the end is like, "Maybe you want to go on a quest? I could hide."
I love the idea that the journal is trying to draw the work out of the human, right? You know, so it's like the journal has an agenda, the ghost has an agenda. It needs the human to make to make it happen. Thanks, Megan. We'll go to Michaela next, Chris, then Elias. Let's see.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I made a comic about a haunted whiteout bottle. It's my whiteout. It's the first panel is, "Oh Lord, another mistake. I guess I'll fix it. Why do you mess up so much? Why? Because I love you." Can you guys see it?
Oh my goodness.
Can you see it? Okay, let me get the light.
Yeah, definitely.
And the highlighter is so good, right? The highlighter.
The haunted whiteout.
The
Thank
yellow,
you.
the yellow is like magic. Cool, Michaela. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Wow, thank you.
We'll go to Chris next.
Thanks. It took me a while to think of something, but this is interesting. So this is called Grandpa's Guitar. So I'm sketching in a room and suddenly I hear a note, like, what? Did I just hear a note? And the guitar is, giving me a signal, play me. And I'm just kind of thinking like, what about that old guitar? And then I'm playing the guitar.
Wow.
So
and my words were like lost guitar. So it made sense that, an instrument that wants to be played and that is a hand-me-down from somebody else from the past.
I really like the expressive ghost.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Lovely, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Elias next and then Sam after that.
Hello. Somebody put stubborn in the chat and I decided to steal that. So I have a stubborn ghost who doesn't want to go to heaven. So becomes an old-timey iron. And is, because they're stubborn, they won't let anybody pick them up. Staying here.
Oh my gosh.
I love that, like this heaviness as a metaphor for not going to the other side, which is what ghosts are, quote, supposed to do, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to Sam. Let's see.
Okay, hope everyone can hear me. I decided to make a comic about a jealous hat who gets passed over for another hat. And so it starts off with like a vanity set. Maybe I need to, hold on, let me unblur my background. So it starts off with a vanity set, and I use like green for jealousy, or green with envy, and like little kind of like auric colors. And then she's deciding what hat to pick, and she chooses the baseball cap and not the bucket hat. And then it ends up with like, it should have been me. Like, just like cry for help. And like the ghost hat's color changes with the mood. And I really wanted this turbulent energy for the hat.
Wow, I really like the eyebrows, and also, yes, the colors around it, to kind of like show how the hat's feeling and what they're going through. That's great.
Thank you.
This is creeping me out. I think I'm gonna start seeing all the inanimate objects in my house a little differently after this. We're gonna go, thank you, Sam. We're gonna go to Rocco and then Onita, then Judith. Here we go.
Hello, can I just say how super impressed I am with how quickly everybody thinks and draws? Okay, so let's see if I turn that off. I don't know how well you can see this. My camera isn't great. I call this ghost readers. And the first panel I say, in college, my favorite place to hang out was a used bookstore called Acres of Books. I'd spend hours sitting and reading, trading one book for another until I found a good one. Then panel 3, I found I was less interested in the books themselves than in the comments previous readers left in the margins. And then my last panel, it's kind of hard to see, but I have some ghosts coming out of the pages there. Their comments were like ghosts, voices from the beyond, and waiting for someone to find them. I have one ghost here saying it makes me sad. This guy saying this writer is a butthead. And a very studious ghost with glasses saying, I can use this in my paper. Yep, that's right. Champaign, Illinois. Someone else knows the bookstore. Long gone, but it was a great bookstore.
How cool is that? Thanks, Rocco.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, we'll go to Anita and then Judith. There we go. Might have to unmute.
Okay.
There we go.
So I can't stop it. So unmute myself. Okay. So I came in late, so I didn't really know what was going on. So I just sort of did what made sense. So I realized at the end what my two words were. One was holidays and mayhem. And so, okay. Something's wrong. I feel a little too pointy and a little too green. I like it. Yeah, I like different. Where are my legs? I'm supposed to have presents, aren't I? I'm feeling a little too patriotic. And why are there firecrackers in my eggs? Welcome to the old holidays or new holidays. New and improved. Holiday Mixorama. Change your holidays from old to new. Brought to you by Ronco Acme Company. Whatever.
I love the idea of firecrackers and the Easter bunny's eggs. That's awesome. I
And
mean,
pumpkins with Santa beards.
so cool. Thanks, Anita. Okay, Judy, and then Michael next. Let's see. Here we go.
Hi.
Hi, Judith.
Okay, so first of all, I have to say, at first I was very resistant, and I thought, oh, I have nothing to do with this. But I gave the word forgetful, and then I changed it to nostalgic, and originally I chose shoe. So this is the thing. I was shocked at how much association I have. It started out with a not forgetful, but a nostalgic shoe ghost, and memories, the thoughts of the high-heeled ladylike shoe, which comes with the bad memories of garter belts and stockings, because I'm old enough with, that's what I had to wear when I got dressed up. And the ladylike shoe is remembering the ghost of the Mary Janes with the ruffled socks, which were better. But out of it says my feet are remembering the comfy saddle shoes and maybe being a tomboy, which wasn't permitted. But then it ends up with, now I wear my lucky boots, and it says ghost of retail magic. I was having a one-person show in New York, my first one-person show in New York, and I flew all the way from Israel to New York, and I didn't have good shoes to wear. And now everybody will understand that you can't have, you just have to have nice shoes, right? But I didn't have any money, and Macy's was going out of business. And I got there on the last day, and there was a pile of boots in an empty room. And there was one pair of suede brown boots for $5, and they fit me. So that you could tell that was like a really lucky ghost was looking out for me. And those are the boots. And that was like about 12 years ago, and I still have them. So the big surprise is how one little thing can just lead to all these associations. I really didn't know that was going to happen. So thank you very much.
That's
fun. Awesome, Judith. Thank you. Yeah, nostalgic, just changing it from whatever it was to nostalgic really.
I'm thinking a lot of, because I'm working with memoir, I'm always thinking about memory and is it good or not?
Yeah.
Memory is whatever, you know where that goes, but nostalgic seems appropriate, I think.
And I like retail magic being something to be nostalgic for. Thanks, Judith. We'll go to Michael next and then Edgar.
Hey everybody, so this is I'm still figuring this out. So the first panel is, Ack, who or what on earth are you? And I am the ghost of Phoebe's leash.
Oh, wow.
I've been hanging on a hook unused for 2 months. What's up with that? And then I'm like, well, wait, what's the difference between an inanimate object that comes to life and the ghost of an inanimate object? Nobody knows.
Yeah. Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah, the leash is crying.
Yeah.
And I had the leash just wanted to talk, but
right.
That's what happened.
Can we see all four just together real fast? Just
oh yeah.
Let it focus. There we go. Huh. Yeah. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really powerful. We'll go to Edgar next. Hi there, Edgar.
Hi, Tom, and thank Ashley and you for the inspiration tonight. Here's what I did. It's called Little Edgar and the Ghost Basement, presenting the basement of the Russell family home. By day, a fun place to play as you run up and down the stairs. Even in the early evening, eating dinner while watching the Three Stooges is fun. There's little Edgar with his little tray getting permission to eat his dinner while watching the Three Stooges. But at night, there is a strange feeling which emanates from the whole basement. You see the drawing board starting to wake up. There's a closet with a face. There's a wooden box. And there's an old vinyl sofa with an expression. And we're down here waiting for you, Edgar. Well, I'm not going to go down there. Little Edgar grew up, but that feeling from the ghost basement never changed. I wonder if the new owner goes downstairs at night. Ghost basement. And there's the light switch. Dare you go down? Hey, thank you.
Wow.
Wow, I love it.
Thank you.
You also have a very nice voice to describe things. So thank you for taking us on your comic journey.
Oh, absolutely. And next time I'll tell you about little Edgar and the ghost lady. That's another true story.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Thanks, Edgar. All right.
You bet, Tom.
Thanks. All right, I said I would go, I suppose. So I'll go. Let's see. Use my background. All right, there we go. Oops, now I got a spotlight. All right, so really simple. It's hardly, so let's see. The first one is just a ghost and all these medical doctors. And somebody says, panel 2. The ghost is now on a counter. It says, "Hi, everyone. You doctors have forgotten about me." Just a big lump. But then he takes, he removes his sheet and you see all the organs inside. And he says, "Remember my removable training organs?" And this one doctor is reaching and he says, "I do." And then in the 4th panel, it says, the mannequin is saying no. And the one doctor is saying, "Ooh, the lung is tasty." And the other one is saying, "I'm grabbing a bite of the intestines."
Oh my God.
I don't know. But like Megan, I don't know what that's about. But that's what I do while I'm also trying to manage the chat and other things. So,
Tom, did you have one of those toys that, like the invisible person that had all the parts to it? It was a medical game kind of for kids, and it was
Operation.
It was a clear plastic figure. You could get a man or a woman, and they plastic pieces, and you had tweezers, and it was electrified. And if they touched, then the person would die. Like the doll would die. It was really kind of.
So it's not Operation, the one where
Is that what it was called? I don't remember.
It's not different because it's not transparent, but I don't know. It might be variation on that.
Outside was maybe there's a few of them anyway, but is that what you were thinking of? The little pieces?
No, I was thinking of like full size.
Oh, the big ones where the doctor
like torso that you. I haven't really been in medical school, so I'm just guessing. We have 2 more people. Ellen, we'll go to Ellen next, and then Rachel, and we'll see. And we'll head out. Let's see if Ellen's ready. There we go.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went with the ambivalent lamp. So in the first one, he says, "Look, honey, I bought a haunted lamp." And the wife says, "Okay," and walks away. And he says, "So how will I know you're haunted?" And the lamp says, "Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure I want to haunt anymore." And then she says, "I don't want to disappoint him, though." And she turns on without him touching the switch.
I like that smug like expression. And then him just like, ah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Ellen. A couple more. We have Rachel and Mishka. Let's see. Here we go.
Hi. So I was haunted by a nutrition book I had mentioned I think on a previous Friday Night Comics. So it says, "What you gonna do with your 3rd master's degree?" And I'm saying you weren't very useful. And this one says more weight, kind of a play on the crucible. And then my laptop with its punching gloves, no evidence. And the book says written by a supplement company, just a pawn of big pharma. And then there's me coming up. I'm just going to learn how to draw instead.
I love comics that end with, I'm just going to learn how to draw, like instead. Thank you, Rachel.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to go to Mishka. Mishka made it back.
Hi. Mine's a kind of wordless one about a ginkgo leaf. So it's hanging out with all these other ginkgo leaves. It's a haunted ginkgo leaf. And then it starts to realize that it's falling, and then it ends up down there with all the others. I'm not sure why it's a haunted ginkgo leaf. I think I'm haunted by the beautiful ginkgo tree on our street.
They're beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
It was really lovely. Looks like you're phoning in from a train car or something.
No, I'm on my couch. I hurt my back. But
Oh,
thanks for
no. No. Thanks, Mishka. All right, we'll go back to Ashley. So cool. Ashley, thank you. You know, I didn't realize you'd be prompting everybody to come up with memories of, there were a lot of memories came up, you know, and like things that were lost or things that like brought up old connections. And there was a lot of wistfulness and stuff. I didn't know yet. You know, sometimes you never know what's going to come out. And there was a lot of like sad, funny things. I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun, and it was really cool to see what everyone came up with. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah. So tell us what we can order of yours, or where to look for you on the internet or anything like that. And I'll.
So Instagram is at Ashley Jablonski art, and then my website is ashleyjablonski.com. I'm usually at Small Press Expo in Bethesda, Maryland every September. So if you're ever there, you can always find my work there. So
awesome.
Yeah.
We'll look for you there too. I don't know what that is. Did you go to the one they just had in Vermont, the nonfiction festival?
I was going to, but something came up, so I wasn't able to attend. But I was going to be tabling there too. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you at SPX. I'm going to ask everybody to come off mute and give Ashley a big hand. Thank you, everybody. We've got I asked them to, and I also am going to remove gallery. Weird echo. Thank you, Ashley, so much.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy
Awesome.
haunting.
Happy
Yeah.
holidays.
Bye.